Welcome back. So the second lookup function we're going to be looking at is the vertical lookup function, which we usually represent by the words Vlookup. So the Vlookup is almost similar to the HLookup. Vlookup is an Excel function to look up and retrieve data from a specific. It's supposed to be a specific column now, not row. So let's change that to column. It's a specific column in the table. The V stands for vertical, where the lookup appears in the first column of the table. So this is supposed to be the first column now because it is vertical. So when data is represented like this, so as you can see, these labels now are in columnar form. They are in columnar form, yet in the HLookup, in the HLookup they were in a row. So the kit number were in a row, the name were in the same row, and then the position were in the same row. Yet here in the Vlookup now we have the sheet number in a column, the player number in column B, and the position also in column C. So like I said, every other thing is similar. It's just that now we will be looking up the value from columns, not rows. Okay, so let's proceed to this one. So we want to create another team list here. Maybe let's say they are playing with, maybe let's say with different players. So we will look at a Vlookup from another sheet, and then we'll look at Vlookup from another file. Okay, so let's start with this one. Write a lookup formula in cell P3. This is cell P3. To look up players' names by comparing the sheet number. This is the sheet number here. In cell A3, this is cell A3, sheet number in cell A3. So this means it will be our lookup value. So this means it will be our lookup value. So with the information in the table range A1 to C33 from the Vlookup sheet. So this is the Vlookup sheet down there. Click here. So it's A1 to C33. So we have to write a Vlookup to look up the data so that we can get the players' names. Okay, let's start. So the Vlookup, can click here, f of x, search for it, Vlookup. Okay, and you click go. This is Vlookup. Double click the Vlookup. Okay, the lookup value is said is supposed to be 883. So we said the lookup value should be a value that appears on both the table array. This is the table array here. So the values that appears on both the table array and the spreadsheet that you have been given. So if, as you can see here, it is the numbers, the kit numbers. The label up here shouldn't always be similar, but only the data. We're worried about the data that is below this label. As you can see here, it's return sheet number, yet on this one it is return number. So we don't have to look at that. Just make sure that this data here is similar. Okay, so let's go again. F of x. Okay, the Vlookup, because we just used it. Okay, and then we'll select the lookup value, click below, then go to this sheet, select the table array. Okay, this is the table array. Okay, so it's okay. And then in which row want to display the data, it is supposed to be, okay, let's look again, supposed to be the second column. This is the second column. column 1, column 2, column 3 of our data. So okay, let's remove this. supposed to be the second column, so we'll type in 2 here, and then the range lookup is supposed to be false. Okay, then we click OK, then we click OK. So we can replicate this formula here. Can replicate this formula. Let's see what the problem is here. Let's see what the problem is here, because it shows us a not applicable error message here. Why are we getting this not applicable error message? It's because of the referencing. Yes, it's because of the referencing. So we need to reference this formula of ours here by clicking here. Okay, another way of referencing a formula is just by clicking inside maybe these cells here. Just click here. Okay, maybe just click, click here, and then you type, you just click, press F4 on your keyboard, then you click the other cell, then you press F4. Or alternatively, okay, maybe let's cancel. Alternatively, I can just select these cells where I want, so that you won't make a lot of mistake. Just select that and then you type F4. So as you can see, when I press F4, it will insert this dollar signs for me, and then I press enter. So okay, let's try to replicate again. Okay, you can replicate by also double clicking here. Just double click. Okay, now the player names are appearing as I want them to be because of that. Okay, let's go back to number 2 now. Write a lookup formula in cell C3. Cell C3 here, cell C3, to look up the player's name comparing to the shirt number. So it's supposed to be player's position now. This is supposed to be player's position. Comparing the shirt number. Okay, so we want to compare the shirt number here, equal sign. But we want to use this file now, this file here. So remember, when we are looking up from a file, make sure both files are open. So the table array, make sure it is also open, so that you won't find any problem. So make sure that this file is open, this squad list.csv. So it's this range A5 to C37. So I'll click here, then type in, okay, maybe we can type in the formula Vlookup, double click the lookup value. This is my lookup value here, and then a comma, the table array. Now as you can see here, when I type this comma to separate the components, so the comma, we use a comma to separate our components. So the table array, just in this file. Okay, so they say it's from A5 through to A37. Okay, so this is the one. So now as you can see here, it tells me that it is taken from this maybe this file here. So from squad list.csv, then squad list, and then a exclamation mark. So okay, you can type a comma, the index number, let's say it's supposed to be 3, because now okay, maybe let's say a 0 here for false. Okay, then we press enter. So we chose this index number because the index number to be 3 because the position in our spreadsheet is in the dead column of the table array. Okay, as you can see, the position here is in the dead column of the table array, because now we're looking up at the column, not the row as we did in the horizontal lookup. Okay, so let's go back to our spreadsheet now. Okay, let's replicate this. As you can see, if maybe if the table array is from another table or maybe another file, then The referencing by default, it will be absolute cell referencing. So our table array will have these dollar signs. Okay, so that is all about lookup. So in the next video, we'll now look at some conditions, so like the countif, the sumif, yeah, and so on. So please continue watching these videos up until to the end, so that maybe you can do well in your Excel. So thank you very much. See you on the next video.